Determine the points on a function when the tangent lines have a given slope. So for our first example, we're being asked for which values of x does f of x equals 3x cubed plus 6x squared minus 17 have a tangent line with a slope of negative 4. Well, let's go ahead. We know slope of negative 4. That means that m is equal to negative 4. Well, we also know that we can find the slope by taking the derivative. So therefore, we can say that the derivative, which is equal to the slope, is also negative 4. Well, this means that if we take the derivative of our function, set it equal to negative 4, that will allow us to find the x values that have a tangent line with a slope of negative 4. So let's go ahead, let's take the derivative of our function. Well, the derivative of 3x cubed is going to be 9x squared. The derivative of 6x squared is going to be 12x. And the derivative of negative 17 is going to be 0. So this will be equal to negative 4. Then we can continue solving. It is a quadratic, so we want to get all the terms on one side. So we'll add 4 to both sides here. That's going to leave us with 9x squared plus 12x plus 4 equals 0. Now we can go ahead, we can either use the quadratic formula here to find x, or we can factor. I'm going to go ahead and factor this to be I'm going to factor this to be 3x plus 2 times 3x plus 2 is equal to 0. Now we can see that both factors are the same, and they're both equal to 0, so we really just need to take one factor, set it equal to 0, to find our x value. So we'll subtract 2 from both sides to get the 3x by itself. Then we'll have 3x is equal to negative 2. Divide both sides by 3 to get the x by itself. And voila! We found our x value on our function where the tangent line at negative 2/3 will have a slope of negative 4. Alright, next up, same question, different function and slope. So for which values of x does f of x equal negative 4x squared plus 2x minus 15 have a tangent line with a slope of negative 7? So we'll start off the same way. We know the slope is equal to negative 7. Well, since the slope is equal to negative 7, and slope is the same thing as derivative, we know that f prime of x is equal to negative 7. Alright, then we can come in here, and we can take the derivative of our function, so we'll get negative 8x plus 2 is equal to negative 7. And then we can just solve for x. So I want to get the x by itself, so I'll subtract 2 from both sides. And this can give us negative 8x is equal to negative 9. To get the x by itself, we just need to divide both sides by negative 8, leaving us with x is equal to positive 9/8. And this is the x value on our function, for which the tangent line has a slope of negative 7. Alright, our final example, for which values of x does the function f of x equals 5x minus 2 have a tangent line with a slope of 3? So, same as before, we know the slope is going to be 3, which means the derivative is going to be 3. And if we take the derivative of our function, 5x minus 2, we're going to end up with 5. So 5 equals 3, and uh-oh. There's no variable to solve for here, and 5 definitely does not equal 3. So what gives? What do we do? Well, we do nothing, because that's the answer. There are no x values on f of x where the slope of the tangent line is 3. So that's our answer. The answer is there are none. Now be careful, the answer is not 0, because 0 is an actual number. The answer is does not exist, because the answer does exist. The answer is just there are no x values. Now, Newton might ask you to plug in the symbol for this, and the symbol they would like you to plug in is what's known as the empty set symbol. And the empty set symbol is basically just saying, for all the values are x, our bucket is empty, meaning there are no values. Alright folks, and that is it. That is determining the points on a function when tangent lines have a given slope.